What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you with another match analysis video. I don't do these very often, but every now and then I like to go back to my videos and kind of see what I can learn, any lessons I can like grab from them. I think it's good to just be like self-reflective. Today's lesson is about mental fortitude or resilience. Really, I see a big trend sometimes where people will just concede very early, and I talk about a lot in my stream twitch.tv/j_mega. You can find a link below in this description, by the way. Go follow. But yeah, a lot of people just like to give up early, and I don't know why. I mean, PD is the lowest stakes of tournaments, so maybe like you could just take a loss, whatever, not a big deal. But realistically, I mean, I'm a competitive person, and I don't like to lose. No one likes to lose, really, but I want to win, and you can't really win if you just kind of like give up. You know, um, I think a big like inspiration to me was like Reed Duke. Reed Duke never seems to give up, and like he'll be at like one life, is like gigantic board on the other side. He'll just wait till his opponent kills him, and like I try to take that same philosophy. I probably won't concede until the game is like officially over. I want my opponent to do me, and I don't want to do it myself because if you don't really like stick in there, and how do you know when you're gonna win? Because sometimes a lot of games of Magic is like a big game of variance. So a lot of times, and they're played by humans too. So a lot of times your opponent will just kind of mess up at some point, and then you could take advantage of it because you never know what's gonna happen. A lot of people kind of just mess up, so you gotta take those opportunities when you can. But how can you take those opportunities if you just give up mentally on your own? So we're watching one of my matches from my most recent tournament at the recording of this. I'm playing green white hexproof. My opponent is playing Swift Justice is playing red green Ponza. So we'll go over the list right now. This is my list here. If you've watched the green white mid range deck from this season on the YouTube here, you can see the evolution of the deck. Really, that deck was like half planeswalkers, half like hexproof. Now I think I've moved towards like a full hexproof plan. Really, we still have like Troll Aesthetic and Witch Stalker and Fleecebane Lion, which initially I like didn't like, but now I like it pretty well. Backed by like Elvish Mystic, Birds of Paradise, so fast man is really important. And then you have your auras, so Angelic Destiny, Armadillo Cloak, and Affliging Courage are kind of together for different reasons. You can't really stack a bunch of lifelink because double lifelink doesn't do anything, but you have like Armadillo Cloak and lifelink. They're like different because this is like a trigger and this is like a static ability. So you can gain like double life. Even if you have like two cloaks, that's like double life anyway. I think the big draw of playing this deck though is just having main deck worship. Most like red base aggro decks can't really beat like Troll Aesthetic into like worship unless you mess up. So that's kind of just like a game winning plan. Parallax is also really good against aggro decks. If you don't like losing to Heroic, then you should play Parallax Wave because this card's really good against them. The sideboard, I think it's a pretty focused like sideboard for the most part. I really want to beat Storm here. I like Rule of Law, Deafening Silence, and Teo. But those are good in other matchups as well. But I think the most like question mark card is probably Renit. Renit was like kind of my answer to white base aggro. A lot of times I would play something like a Worship, and I would hope that would stick and stay alive. And Renit's there to actually save the Worship. It's kind of like a 2-mana counterspell for the most part. But it's actually funny in this matchup because it actually comes in some relevance to like Ponza, except for the fact that if you look at this Ponza list here by Swift Justice, they play Pillage, and Pillage just can't be regenerated, so Renit actually doesn't do anything against it. I was excited to see like a Renit for this matchup, but I would have ended up playing a lot of Pillages, but it still comes in handy against Stone Rain or like other removal spells for the most part. But as far as this looks concerned, aside Red Game Ponza, Birds of Paradise and Elvish Mystic are really good towards ramping to the turn through Stone Rain and Pillage, especially if you're on the play. Actually, really devastating for you. Wall Blossoms and Silver Library will keep the cards going. Dark Dwellers is basically red Snapcaster Mage for this deck. Glorybringer is a good finisher. Arrow Discord's really funny if your opponent's enemy lands and they lose their board. That's just it. That's crazy. Also, these other good cards like Garrick and Primal Command. It's pretty decent. Pretty just overall, generally good deck. Kind of wants to just get on the field early with like Stone Rain Pillage and try to end the game with Glorybringers, Dark Dwellers, things like that. That's my most part. So we're gonna get into the match here. Just a couple of quick notes. This is just a VOD. from my Twitch stream, like I said, so the screen's a little crunched. Sorry, I have to cough. Okay, I'm so sorry. One take, one take. Okay. This is why we do one takes. So, like I said, this is from a tournament. This is the semifinals. This is the game 3. We've split the first 2 games, so the winner will go on to the finals. And I think I'm on the draw here. And so yeah, like I said, this is from my this is a VOD from my Twitch stream, so the screen's a little crunched. You might see some like chatter on the right hand side. There's also going to be a note of the initial audio because I was playing copyrighted music. I was playing a bunch of piano. YouTube doesn't like that. Twitch doesn't like that. So you're just going to hear me talk, and I might like pause every now and then, or just kind of skip ahead. So just kind of be wary of that. Start the video now. All right. I might keep this hand. I'm not really sure. The arena's not bad. The Witch Stalker is fine. It's a bit slow, but it does have a lot of lands. So if my opponent just starts blowing up lands, I think it's okay. Actually, it is a mulligan. I actually took a scry here. Never mind. Like, but it's still fine because 4 lands, 2 cards. Witch Stalker's pretty hard to deal with. Everyone has the best start here. Turn 1 Birds of Paradise. It's a very scary start. I keep that on top because I'm expecting my land to get blown up here. I just want to hit running lands because I'm not going to be in the game if I don't draw any lands. My opponent plays a turn 2 Temple, and I pray to the heavens. I say thank you so much. But they played other birds and another elf, so they've got their engines online already. Pretty scary. I can't really do anything. I do have the Regnit though to counter any sort of like Stone Rain, not Pillage, but Stone Rain. So as it stands, it's not bad. But I hope it's a Glory Bringer. Turn 3 Glory Bringer is actually pretty strong. I don't have a ton of outs to it. I did bring in O-Rings in this matchup. I have the Wave, but it's not going to be on until turn 4. So I draw the Dog Destiny. It's really strong with the Witch Stalker. I can't really kill the Witch Stalker without something like Sweltering Suns, which is gonna be hard to play if they played Sweltering Suns. They would actually kill 3 of their creatures. I'd be so fine with them Sweltering Suns. Sunsing. So they go for a Pillage, which is annoying. And they have a Garrick, and it's not looking good. I can't really cast the Angelic Destiny or the Parallax Wave here. I need to draw an O-Ring at this point. So this is the interesting decision point, like I said. So my only outs are really O-Ring because I really need to deal with the board. Instead, though, they decided to roll the Garrick down to make a beast, and this is a crucial part of this match. If they rolled up and just untap 2 lands, I would have been, and I take this attack here. I'm going to go to 11. Well, I have to take the attack because I can't block a flyer. But if you look at the next turn, and this is a very crucial part, and this is the point of this video right here, is that it looks pretty bleak, and if my opponent just went up, I would have died. I think I just die right here. Because my opponent has 2 flyers, and they have like, and they'll have the Elvish Mystic, ignore the beast that's there. And everything is +2 +3. I would have just died in this spot. Like, there's not much I could do. The only thing I can draw is like an O-Ring in this spot for the Garrick. But instead my opponent went down. So, and at this point, it's like, well, I gotta take this. You know, my opponent also has 0 cards left in their hand. So I've got to take this opportunity, and this is like the turning factor. So make sure you just try to give up at this point. All right, I drew a land, which is going to be good later. The second white source for the Parallax Wave and the Angelic Destiny. And right now I'm just kind of like, I can't believe they just didn't roll up. So now I'm just like super concerned about this Garrick. They decide to go attack with the Beast and the Glorybringer. The Glorybringer Exert can't actually kill the Witchstalker because you have to target something. So the Witchstalker is going to live for a bit. I'm kind of weighing my options here. If my opponent has like a removal spell for the my planes, like a Stone Rain, then I'm probably going to die. But if I don't have the Witchstalker, I'm probably going to die too. Because I need to start attacking things. I need to live, so I decided to actually just save the Witchstalker. Which is, I think in hindsight, kind of bad, because the Parallax was more important in this spot. They had to pillage anyway, so the Remnant couldn't stop it. So, in the end, I guess it was the right decision. Because, yeah, I think I almost wanted to concede there. Alright. I drew another land. It's looking really bad. again, and my opponent is still like in a pretty good spot, despite like the not Garrett. I think I still mentioned this. I think in the next turn, they could just attack with like even the Elvish Mystic. And well, maybe not at this point, because I drew the gain land, which is actually really big. I didn't really notice this part. But because they went to 8, they can't just attack in the Elvish Mystic into my Witch Stalker now. Which is pretty insane to think about. So now the Elvish Mystic actually can't get in, but I guess the Beast and Glory Mirror can. Alright, they drew another land, which is pretty great. I don't remember what they scried. I'm getting really lucky. And that's really all hope is not really that lost. If I'm gonna have double white here. Parallax Wave is gonna take out the Beast and the Glorybringer. I'm feeling pretty good. I was thinking about blocking here, but then I realized now that I have I can go like Parallax Wave and Angelic Destiny. Maybe I draw like a Life Leaking enchantment. I can get back in this game, so I have to go to 1. I'm pretty sure my opponent doesn't play like direct damage spells, so I thought I was good in that aspect. Garrick rolls up. Gotta pass. Yeah, and I draw an O-Ring, which is really big, because the Garrick is like going to be the next threat that I have to deal with afterwards. But Parallax Wave is a really broken card, so I get to just kind of wave away the 2 biggest threats here, the Beast Token and the Glorybringer. Alright, their turn. Glorybringer comes in. Just going to have to like wave it away. Stone Rain on a white source. Kind of unfortunate, like I said, but the Angelic Destiny is not really a big deal. They rolled up again. They're going to try to just overrun me, but it's a bit too late for that now. I drew a Heliod's Pilgrim, which is really strong. It actually can go get the Lifelink enchantment out. Now it's just like, now it's sort of spiraling out of control for my opponent. The Old Ring takes out the Garrick. My opponent's just kind of top decking at this point. Like, a Glory Mirror kills me on the spot. Actually, not really. I still have Parallax Wave. They whiffed here. Heliod's Program goes gets the Unflinching Courage. And yeah, from here, it's like, as long as nothing happens to my board state, everything could be okay. I want to just actually drew a lot of lands. Yeah, this next turn, I think I suit up with Unflinching Courage. And yeah, get much needed life here, 5 life. And the turn after that, Angelic Destiny is going to come down. And at this point in the game, if you're my red-green opponent, now you got to realize that the Parallax Wave is going to come back. You're still not out of it yet. You're actually not out of this game yet. You're chaining Wall of Blossom, which is fine. You're just kind of like redrawing here. To do another land, that's actually kind of rough. But it goes both ways. Like, even my opponent could have lived through this. So Glory River comes back. I get to suit up with the Destiny here. And this is the big guy. This is the big boy. It's a First Strike Flying Lifelink Trample Hexproof 9/9 fly 9/9 Beast of a Man, or a wolf rather. So the Woodchopper gets in. This is probably the last hit they can take. I have to attack here. I have to have a high life total buffer here. So go to 15. My opponent goes to 6. At this point, my opponent's still not dead. This is a big turn. So to play their 1 of Tyro Discord here, if they get the Witch Stalker, because it's a sack effect, they just target me. I like lose. I will lose this game. So this is really scary. I have a very low. It's a very low chance. I mean, I could lose a land here, but it's a very low chance that they actually hit the Witch Stalker. But it's very scary though. Where does the will goes away? So the Tyrant takes out the looks like it took out a land and the O-Ring, which unfortunate. So at this point, they could actually like roll up the Garrick. And actually, they're still alive, technically. My guy's only a 9/9 flyer. They have like 6 toughness in the air with the Glorybringer and the 2 birds. So technically, they could block and like live. And like I said, and this goes both ways. At these points of the game, and it's a bit about mentality too. You have to like stay sharp. You got to think about your outs, think about your position, your opponent's position, read cards. It's especially frustrating when you lose like an on-board trick. So it's just really important to really just stay cognizant of the board state at this point. Like my guy's a 9/9, you have 6 toughness. I can only get in for 3. So even with just keeping Glorybringer back, if you just block with Glorybringer, um, you could still live. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to win, but you're alive, and that's like all that matters. Maybe you find another, um, maybe you find like a disenchant for like the unflinching courage, or maybe you find a disenchant for the angelic destiny, something like that. But yeah, you gotta like play to your outs at this point. Carrot goes up, which is the right move. The Glorybringer gets in. No. No. It's like, I take this. Like, I'm at 15. No, I mean, I'm just gonna take this. It doesn't matter. Well, I have to take it, one, because I don't have a flyer blocker, but why? What's the point of attacking here? My guy tramples. It's just, I don't know. It's just tough to lose to like an on-board trick. But there's no trick. It's just right there. And then I just like, well, my guy flies and tramples, so you're at 6 and you only have 2 toughness. So again, for exactly, not even exactly, but because like even had a Gabney activation too. So you had to keep the Glorybringer back because you had to block with like at least Glorybringer and 1 birds. But yeah, that's how it goes. I ended up winning this tournament, by the way, so it's my first tournament win this season. But yeah, yeah, it's never over till it's over, on both sides. You really want to just kind of like stick around and try to see what your opponent does at certain points because, like, it looked bad. It looked really bleak from the start. My opponent had like double birds, Elvish Mystic, turn 3 Glorybringer, Garrick. That anyone would just like, okay, forget it. Someone would get so frustrated and be like, what? My opponent has it all. What am I doing here? I'm playing a bunch of tap lands, whatever. I'm just gonna quit. But you don't want to give up. You just want to play. You want to keep playing. It's not over until. See, it's just really not until your life total here is 0, and that's all that matters in the end. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little analysis video. Hopefully everyone works on their mentality because mentality is a big part of Magic. I think just like obviously like knowing your matchups and like knowing your deck are really important, but I think a really like underlying sort of like quality that not a lot of people talk about is just having like a good mentality. I think that's really important. So it's just really good to like stay resilient in your mind, stay strong, stay focused, because like staying focused in these like really tense matchups, and this was a tense matchup. Like I had not in this season, I have not made it past the semifinals yet. So I really wanted this like for myself personally, and luckily, I kind of got there. So it was a fun matchup and it was stressful. It was very stressful. So tensions are high. My brain is just like I think I say in the stream, I was just like so tense. I was sitting straight up, even like leaning forward into my chair because I really just wanted this. But it's really important that you just kind of like stay focused, like look at the board state, remember where things are going, and just like be tough, be mentally tough. Not over till it's over. Thanks guys for watching, appreciate it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. See you later.